Club, a weekly lunchtime music group with a special education class at TAM. Next year, she will be attending Brown University. Please welcome Clem Quittner.
I would kill myself if I didn't do this. All right. Thank you, Emily. Okay. On December 21st, 2012, I got a Facebook invite to the end of the world. That didn't really sound like something I wanted to go to. But 217 of my Facebook friends were attending, so I figured, why not? I remember thinking about how if the rumors were true, if we were really just waiting for the world to implode or for satanic flying velociraptors to shoot at us like fireballs, at least I'd be spending my last few moments on Earth with 217 friends, 150 mutual friends, and 47 suggested friends who collectively have given me upwards of 500 likes. It never ended up being a going away party because apparently the world didn't end. I was hugely relieved by the latter, but slightly disappointed by the former. As someone who's grown up with social media, from Club Penguin to Twitter, I've experienced the fun and comfort of being connected to a group my entire life. That's the thing about being a kid from our generation. Our lives don't just exist wherever we are in space. There's this entire network, high up, somewhere above our heads, that follows us around and ensures stability and a voice on the other end of the line. As someone who's moved around a lot, I was born in New York, then I moved back to California, then I moved back to New York, then I moved back to California. I can tell you that social media has kept me connected to the TAM community. For instance, when I moved to Manhattan for 8th and 9th grade, at first I felt like my life was over. Every day was happening 3 hours ahead of real life, Pacific time. But I quickly learned that that didn't matter. It seemed like our class, TAM's class of 2015, live streamed our entire year from our smartphones. I knew the day and time when every one of you got your braces off. It was all over Snapchat. You had to swim for freshman PE, and according to your Facebook statuses, the temperature was Arctic. You babysat a hamster, went to France, held a chicken, and tried a juice cleanse. All of which I knew because you documented the entire thing on Instagram. So when I ended up moving back to California, I felt like I'd hardly left. Of course, there are some things social media couldn't have prepared me for. Like the boys who suddenly sounded like the big friendly giant when they greeted me, because their voices had lowered 2 octaves since the last time I saw them. Or the way warm cookies from the Hungry Hawk taste after a particularly brutal calc test. It was a surprise that there's a Facebook page called Excellent Parking at TAM High that actually celebrates the type of parking you'd get arrested for in New York. And that ordering your burrito on the phone while staring the Grillies cashier directly in the eyes to avoid the long lines at lunch is not only socially acceptable, but actually encouraged for its practicality. But perhaps the biggest surprise was the non-digitalness of it all. In the world of social networks, you're part of one group or another. You're either a 0 or a 1. But in the real world, in a fuzzy, feel-good, warm place like TAM, life is far more nuanced. It's a place where mountain bikers party with the Tupacs of tomorrow. Mock trial superstars and 3D printer engineers are in the gourmet club. Drama kids lead their varsity soccer team to MCAL championships. The surfers are film geeks, and the film geeks are AP chemistry students. And the AP chemistry students, as we all know, spend their weekends building mountain bike trails. Snapchat and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vine, and even Tinder had failed to prepare me for the fact that Tam High is heaven for a new kid. Because here, everybody belongs. It's the people, not the personas you present on various virtual platforms, that make this place so special. And next year, we're going to scatter to the ends of the earth. We'll be in Washington, Los Angeles, Colorado, New York, Vermont, Virginia, New Orleans, and even India. But the community we've built and the living, breathing relationships we've formed, they're coming with us. Thanks to the age we've grown up in, we'll know when you set a climbing record next year. And when you get your film in a festival, you better send us all the link. I want to be there with all of you for all of these moments. And in a way, I can. And yes, it won't be as real as it's been these last few years, but that's actually okay, you know? That's life. We stretch, we shape, we grow, we bend our shared reality. We tell each other stories. We celebrate our victories, we mourn our losses, and most of all, we connect. It's not the end of the world. And thank goodness for that.